Coach, congratulations on a great season. We talked the other day about how razor thin these games are, and one or two mistakes, and it seems like that's what it ultimately came down to here this afternoon. Your thoughts on this game?
Not to take anything away from West Texas, but we felt like we played a better game than they did. Obviously the ball bounced their way. They took advantage of a walk and a couple of hit by pitches, but we felt like we maybe outplayed them. Erin threw a great game. Maddie came in and swung it for us like she has been for 4 years. So we did what we felt like we needed to win, and just couldn't quite string together the hits when we needed to push across a couple more runs.
Kind of wheeling and dealing the last couple of days after the big loss, changing the lineup, pinch hitting, and it seemed like just about everything you were calling was working for you. You had Woodfall 3 for 4 yesterday, and Maddie was 3 for 3 today. Is there anything that you might have done differently, or did you guys,
These guys make me look good. You give them a chance in the lineup and they come through. Maddie's been doing it for us for a long time, but she's been one of our number one pitchers. So we haven't thrown her a ton, or in there to hit, because we've had such a deep lineup. And Mallory's been hitting the ball so well in the DH spot, and Brooklyn's been hitting the ball so well in the DH spot, and Freeland hits over 400 this year. So we haven't had to, because we've had kids that have just been lighting it up at the plate, and then Freeland kind of cools down a little bit, and Mallory kind of cools down a little bit. So, you know what? She's probably got one of the best commands of the strike zone as a hitter on our team. So I knew she wasn't going to chase pitches out of the zone. And at this level, at this stage of the championship, you have to be disciplined and you have to swing at good pitches. And she's probably one of the better hitters that we have, as far as being disciplined and only hitting her pitch. So she makes me look good anytime I throw her in there, and she's been doing it for a month or two. Anytime we've thrown her in there, she's hit the ball well, whether she's got a hit or not. So and then Woody's been doing it. We had her DHing earlier in the year, and she's been hitting the ball really well, and she's been pretty timely with the hits as well. So like I say, you don't hit 370 something as a team without having all 18 of them being able to do it. So it's a nice luxury to have these kids on the bench that can flat get it done if somebody else cools off.
At a year or two before you join up with these guys, they come to Salem in the World Series. When you show up and join the team, how real of a possibility was it for you that you guys would maybe make it back here, and then to get and make it this close?
Every year, I think it's always a goal. We don't ever settle for anything less, and every year we've been so close, so close, so close. And this year we just had everything right. Team chemistry, we're deep in every position. We just have a great team. So I think it was never a question of if we were going to go. We always knew that this was the ultimate destination.
And a positive group. I'm sure you guys weren't, maybe trying to take it one game at a time, one inning at a time. But I'm sure you don't go into the game thinking this is going to be my last game. But
no, definitely not.
But when you get in there, is that a high pressure situation for you as one of the seniors? Thinking that this is that you need to perform because this is going to be your last trip here at least.
No, I think that taking the pressure off it by just saying doing it for my team kind of thing instead of doing it for me. I think that helps me take a little bit of the pressure off, just because it's not focused on me.
And you did make it look very easy today. What was working for you? I think you got 3 of the 4 hits today. So.
I really pay attention to the dugout and what pitches she throws first. And because I'm a pitcher, I know the strike zone I think a little bit better. I have a better eye because I'm disciplined a little bit. I know because I'm a pitcher what they're going to call, what's working, what's not working. So.
Erin, you pitched another great game today. Talk about maybe your approach. Seemed that you would get up in the you get ahead early, 1 or 2, and then maybe drag it out to 2 or 3. Kind of take me through your approach today.
Definitely slowed the game down more. I felt more comfortable and everything like that. Once you're ahead, you feel more comfortable, and you feel like you can do more things, and gives the batter less an opportunity to hit or see any decent pitch leads. So I was definitely, I took my time more, walking to the back of the circle, kind of like collecting myself, which I didn't do 2 days ago. And just really like my defense is amazing behind me too. We made some really good plays. So mistakes are going to kill you, walks or stuff like that, like moves like that. They have to be limited and happen at the wrong time. But overall, I just felt more relaxed. And even though there was a lot of pressure, you're in the World Series, so it's there. But what takes it off is just slowing it down and again playing for your team and not playing for yourself.
And I mean, outside of the inning with the walk and the hit by pitch, you even got into some jams early. Got out a couple of bases loaded jams, or I think one inning you had 3 full counts. Were you able to strike out 2? Talk about being able to battle back and actually get through those situations.
Like that's when you slow down more. Like you just kind of like give yourself like little pep talks. Like maybe say don't overthink it, but say like sure things are gonna help you. Like spin the ball or just focus, like stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. So your spot too. But again, just like taking more time between each pitch, just relaxing, just letting your natural ability take over.
Coach, can you take us through your conversation with Mallory the last at bat of the game? Or sorry, Josie.
Oh, Josie. Oh, we told her, she's going to make a mistake. You just sit on one good pitch in the middle of the plate. She doesn't want you on. You're going to get one pitch, and she gets 3-1, and she's a number 9 hitter. And some people would say, maybe give your number 9 hitter a take sign in 3-1 to try to get it to full count to let your leadoff hitter come up. But Josie been right on there. It's her 3rd at bat of the game. She'd seen everything she'd thrown, and I knew she was going to get a strike. She didn't want to walk her, and I knew it was going to be something hard, and she just missed it. 1/8 of an inch, and that might be a grand slam or a double in the gap. So she had a great at bat. So hey, I wouldn't have wanted anybody else there. She's been battling. She's tough with 2 strikes. She's got a pretty disciplined eye. She's been there every game this year.
And with only losing 2 seniors this year, how quick do you guys start, maybe looking at flight plans for next year's World Series?
There's a lot of really, really good teams that aren't here. A lot of teams who've lost in regionals or super regionals that had impressive records. So it's really hard to get here, and we're obviously very fortunate, But the harder we work, the luckier we get. We did it what we needed to do to host regionals and super regionals. So that worked in our favor both times we've been here. In 2009, they hosted regionals and super regionals, and this year we hosted regionals and super regionals. So you like your chances when you have the postseason at home. But you know what? It's a long way to get back here. I think in 2009, they only lost 3 seniors that year too. So they had a lot of people coming back. They had both their pitchers coming back, a lot of their infielders and outfielders. It took us, 5-6 years to get back here. So, we feel real fortunate. We told them enjoy this one, and work starts now, to get back here again, because, like I say, there's 270 teams that are wanting to get back here, and it's going to be really hard for us to get back here. But you know what, it's a goal. And we lose 2 seniors, but those 2 seniors are as big a part of our program as 9 or 10 seniors in somebody else's. Maddie's been a number 1 pitcher for us. She's been a great pinch hitter for us, but been an amazing leader off the field. She's been a captain for 2-3 years? 2 years, and just an incredible leader off the field of her work ethic and her example, and how to treat her teammates. That's going to be a really big hole to fill. And then Brooke Budge is just one of the most consistent players you'll ever meet. Just every day out there working her tail off. So that's going to be really hard. We've got some really good kids coming in, but it's going to be really hard to match, or to even come close to what they've given our program.